All right, so we're getting ready to get into this Chicago town hall or whatever it is. The Chicago residents are pissed off. Let's take a look. Hold on. Should already had that queued up. Oh, man. Yo, I get excited when I see brothers on TV conducting themselves how they should, like stand-up men. That gets me excited. That gets my juices flowing. And it should get y'all juices flowing as well. All right, so let's look at these Chicago residents. Let's see what they got going on and why they're so pissed off. And they are coming directly at this mayor. What's the mayor? Johnson? I forget the mayor of Chicago's name. All right, let's get into it.
Good evening, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now?
Oh, talk yo.
You see the Mayor Brandon Johnson. You underestimate us.
Yo, and keep in mind, the mayor is here. Like they're talking directly to the mayor. My man came in with a "Make America Great Again" hat on. And just to be clear, I haven't seen this yet. I'm responding to this just as y'all are seeing it. I have not seen this video before. My man comes in with the MAGA hat on. This is why I say people are disconnected. There's a lot of folks that y'all think that see Sonny Holston in The View. They're wondering like, how could anybody vote for Trump? How could a black person vote for Trump? They're voting against their interests. No, these people that are actually living in these Democratic ran cities do not like what's happening. The infrastructure already couldn't even handle Chicago and a lot of these big cities. You couldn't even handle the population that was there. And then you bring into a city, we just heard Mayor Eric Adams saying they brought 221,000 people in. Where do you think they're going to go? Oh, we're going to put them in the Bronx? Like the Bronx doesn't already have issues? What do we think's going to happen? The people are starting to stand up, and it just shows when they say that the Democratic Party has abandoned the working class. This is what we're seeing. They have abandoned the working class. And this is, so I had this epiphany. Maybe it's how sometimes you have epiphanies where you think like, yo, this is earth shattering, groundbreaking, but maybe it's not. Let me do this real quick. So this is what I'm realizing. Let me scoot over a little bit. So I had this epiphany. Let me just do this. Hold on. Let me move this off the screen. There we go. The Democratic Party, this is what happens. This is what happens when we hear like lower class, and especially when we look at the people that make $50,000 and people are saying they voted against their interest because they voted for Donald Trump. And then you have the middle class, and then you have the upper class. I don't know whatever you call it. I don't even know what you call these things. So this is what happens. The people in the middle class, the managers, not the people that own the businesses, the people that are in the C-suite maybe, but not the people on the board, not the owners of it, right? So you have middle class people. And middle class people, their job is to leverage the pain of lower class people. So that way they can convince lower class people to hate and be jealous and envious of the people in the upper class. So the middle class, who really are the ones that are jealous and envious of the upper class, can figure out a way to make the upper class spend more, have more miserable lives so that they can get as close to that upper class as possible, right? So the middle class, their entire existence, that's why they embrace this victimhood so much, because they have to, their job is to convince, they can't fight the upper class just on their own. The middle class can't fight the upper class on their own. They need the lower class. And what happens is the lower class, they're not probably even thinking. Like the middle class hates the upper class. The lower class, they're not thinking about the upper class like that. But they only think about it when the middle class convinces them that they should think about it. And that's why they preach this victimhood to tell the lower class, the only reason you're in this lower class is because that upper class. When in all actuality, okay, cool. Are you going to give your seat up? So the people the people that are eating in middle class, the people that are eating at Roof Chris, would you give up your seat at Roof Chris and switch with the lower class person? Because you're doing all this complaining as if the people at the top don't care about you. Middle class people, would you switch your role with the lower class people? Would you let them come in and maybe have a little bit of your pie? No, your job is to just convince them to hate the upper class. So therefore, they're not looking at the middle class trying to compete with y'all. And the middle class is just sitting here so disconnected with reality. And the lower class now is realizing that, damn, this middle class tried to make us out to be victims. They try to put all these weirdo policies in play. They're pushing all this woke stuff. And in all actuality, we do not have any of these concerns. They're trying to make us care about things that we don't even care about. They're trying to make us care about or make the main issue in the election something for 1% of the population. Didn't Joe Biden come in and say that the LGBTQ community in 2020 was his #1 priority? And meanwhile, the lower class is sitting here like, damn, like, what about us? Y'all are prioritizing and making your #1 agenda item people that are what, in 1 to 2% of the country? Meanwhile, you got these entire lower class people, the working class people, and we saw it play out 4 years later into what has happened now, where the lower class is waking up and realizing like, yo, these liberal-minded middle-class people, they try to front like they care about us. They use our leverage to get whoever they want in office. But then when they actually get the power, they don't actually do anything with it. They just make excuses. They make us promises. We're going to forgive your student loans. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. But then when they get in office, they're not able to do it. And they make excuses, and their excuses are, oh, well, Donald Trump did this. And now you're going to bring migrants into the lower class neighborhoods. And you think that lower class people are not going to wake up and realize like, damn, y'all bringing them into our neighborhoods, middle class people. Why don't you bring them into your middle class neighborhoods? Because y'all have the infrastructure to take care of them. We don't have them. We're already overwhelmed and oversaturated. And that's where the divide is happening. And that's what we're seeing in this town hall where a lot of the residents are speaking out against the mayor. So let's keep going with that. My fault. I didn't mean to go off on a huge tangent, but shout out to Jackie. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure that y'all like. Let's get back into this video.
Underestimate the black people, and you underestimate Chicago Red. We're the thorn in y'all side, and we're going to be the thorn on everybody else in this council member side too. If you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to take matters in our own hand, and we're going to stop it. You know that Trump had pulled 45% of the voter in the state of Illinois, 37 in the city of Chicago. That's the statistic. That means that Illinois is turning purple. We're going to turn red.
Y'all can bird dog me all y'all want, but if it's relationship over duty, then y'all don't serve the blue. And you can smirk all you want.
Mr. Sims, direct your attention towards me, please.
You're a criminal. Why do I got to address you? The feds need to address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you. Because you're going to protect the undocumented, while you're going to allow for the citizens in Chicago to suffer under your, 33%? See, Joe Lopez cooked that 3% up a long time ago. Y'all called it a circuit breaker. Y'all been talked about it. Remember, before you came in here and gave that jovial speech, you need to be inspected. You and that creep over there.
Acting like,
Yo. And what's so wild about this is we've shown this on this page. Our community, the OG network, what we do on this show, we've seen this before. We called this out before the election. So I don't know where the Democrats, I don't know, maybe y'all should have talked to y'all political leaders, because we called this out on this show within the last 1 year, 2 years, and maybe even before that, now that we've been doing the show for so long. We've called this out. But this just shows y'all aren't talking to the people. When the head of the Philly DNC, the Democratic Party in Philly, said, I didn't even speak to the lady, talking about Kamala Harris, there is no connection to the actual community, and that is why y'all lost.
you just gonna bully everybody. You got people, officers whose families don't even want you to come to the funeral.
Y'all think black faces in high places, we don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. We're done with the symbolism. We had enough with Barack. We're good. Okay. Barack showed us that somebody could be president and be black. Okay, cool. We're good. Now we can move on to actually merit-based rather than just what your skin color looks like with symbolism-based. You get what I'm saying? We're done with that. Nobody is just trying to have a black face in a high place and we're just going to sit back and be like, oh no, we got to support them because we're black. I'm done going to the Caribbean store down the street because they keep messing up. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of just supporting just because giving them all the excuses saying, well, it's 12 o'clock. Y'all got no patties. You have no vegan patties. It's lunchtime. Don't tell me 20 minutes that they'll be ready. No, they should be ready right now. And I keep coming in having the same problems. Y'all are not running a business correctly, and we're tired of it. And it's the same thing that's happening in these black communities. We're not just supporting y'all just because you're black. We're not rooting for everybody black. We're not doing all this stuff. We're basing our decisions based on who merits, principles, value, honor, integrity, performance. That's what we're basing it on.
You just like a schoolyard bully.
Let's go, Auntie.
That at some point, and you might not know nothing about it because you grew up in Elgin, but those of us who grew up on the south side and west side of Chicago, we all know that at some point that bully gets cornered in the alley and everybody come at him and he ain't gonna have nobody to help him. That's you. That's you. Keep thinking you ain't gonna abide by what the president of the United States said. Everybody know better than that. I see you.
You see her coming in the red. Yo, Democrats, y'all done messed up. Now maybe we're seeing why y'all had to bring in so many migrants here. Why y'all trying to change the laws to try to get them citizenship, get them licenses, and get them hopefully voting in the next 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. Now we're seeing you need a new group of victims. But what y'all don't even realize is, and this is why people are so mad, they're saying, well, the Latinos, they voted against their own interests. No, y'all are just mad that it doesn't matter. Whoever y'all let in, I know y'all thinking that they may, when they have kids, they're going to vote Democrat or they're going to, it's not happening. Cat Williams called this out. 2024 is the year of the truth. Y'all can save all the race baiting. We don't care. Y'all can tell us Trump is racist, Trump is Hitler, Trump is all these things. We don't see it. We don't see it. Matter of fact, the policies that y'all put in place seem like fascism compared to what Trump's looking to do.
Anna Valencia in your red. You know what it is. This is the second time you showed up in city council in red. You know what it is?
Gang.
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah.
Gang.
So you and the rest of them that know what time it is, y'all come on. You leave that loser where he is. He's a loser. He's a loser. No, me and Zoe, we ain't doing nothing for nobody except for ourselves. We got you, loser.
14% rating is what you appear to have, Brandon Johnson, across the United States, or how they see you. But 14% rating. Now, I'm going to talk about all those known donations of $11.5 million that came from places like the CTU, the SEIU, the American Federation of Teachers, Illinois Federation of Teachers, and then someone got the nerve to get on.
By the way, I like that shirt. Make America godly always. I like that. Make America godly always. I like that. I like that.
On there and talk about cutting the pensions. What about our real estate? Because, see, we paid for these properties for a purpose and not for you to go touching it with $300 million that you want to siphon out of the citizens' pockets. Get rid of the illegals, and that'll take your money right back. Start it off with that.
In the letter calling for the special meeting, the only item up today for consideration is item number 02024-0013679, an ordinance authorizing the fiscal year 2025 property tax levy. There are 0 nays, 50 nays. This matter has been voted down. Alderman Mitchell on a motion to adjourn.
Yo. The people have spoken, right? That's the right way to say it. The people have let us know exactly what they're on. All right, let me hold on. So Ant wrote, A cycle as old as time. Lower class dies out. Inflation, famine, health. Middle class takes their place. Cycle repeats. American dream created the new middle class to become the lower class in time. Aunt Rose, Chi-Town not playing. And here go with the pause. And here he go. Here he go. All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I don't think anything else needs to be said on that. I do want to share something. So this is a serious situation. A serious situation that I want to share with y'all regarding what Joe Biden just allowed, or just I don't know if any of y'all are aware of it, but we may have just entered, like, officially. I know we keep saying like, yo, we're already in WW3, but we may have like officially entered it. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.